All right, so we got why have kids in the Imperium. Let's get to a shout out to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it, man. You just got my heart just bumping like.
Children. Expensive, right? Even in the wealthiest
Yeah, they are. They are. Look, yo, it's not 2008 no more. It's 2025. Man, they are.
families on the most developed, civilized, and privileged worlds of the Imperium, they are expensive and often troublesome.
Yes, sir.
Not just financially, of course, that's just the beginning. There's also the demand on resources, time, energy, and attention. They need care, education, food, security. They need guidance, structure, discipline, and patience. Even in ideal conditions, raising a child is an ongoing investment. And when conditions are less than ideal, as is most often the case in the Imperium of Man,
Bro, I couldn't have a kid, bro, in Warhammer. Lord have mercy. I couldn't have a kid here. Man, bro, if I was to have a baby like in Warhammer, bro, like no lie, like, and I'm not even talking about on the financial side. I'm just talking about like just everything else and like the environmental side. Is that like a what? Environmental? That's a word, right? Bro, I just couldn't do it, bro. For real, I just couldn't do it, bro. Like one day, like I'm just crying tears of joy that my kid's here. The next day, I'm crying tears of pain. Cause I got hit with the 5-knuckle shuffle. I got hit with like 60 bullets, and now all of a sudden I got a tear and eating my booty. Like, what's going on, bro?
the challenges understandably multiply. So why have them? How does anyone have the enthusiasm, time, or energy to produce and raise them? How does humanity continue to exist, let alone grow into trillions upon trillions in number?
I mean, bro, they they stressed out. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of us, sometimes get stressed out of like whether we're whether we have like our own business or like, our own whatever. Like I get stressed out sometimes, me trying to like give y'all the best videos, me trying to entertain these videos and stuff like that, and me doing videos every single day. Sometimes, it can get stressed. I can get stressed out, because I'm going every single day and I just making videos or whatever. Or, some people, who get up and they go to their horrible job every single day. Or some people, who are always overthinking and, they're stressing themselves out. Like, in a lot of situations, everybody's kind of like stressed out in a way. Now I'm not putting my level of stress like, on like a like Marines level of stress, but at the same time, everybody deals with some type of stress, even though we all have our ways of like, relieving our stress. Bro, there's a lot of people, bro, relieve their stress by, hey, calling up the side chick, bro. Hey, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real, bro. Calling up the side chick, bro. The girls, they call up they call up their, I don't want to say roster because that's disrespectful, but bro, they call up somebody, on their phone. Dudes do the same thing. You know, uh, some dudes, bro, they be backed up like San Francisco traffic, like LA traffic. Hey, they trying to, that's what, hey, that's what it is.
In an environment where free time is largely non-existent and where resources for the average Joe Imperium are rationed or strained to a breaking point. Well, to start answering these questions, I think we should acknowledge that at the most basic level, humans are wired to reproduce.
Yeah,
The reproductive survival instinct doesn't disappear just because life is hard. In fact, it seems that quite often it is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Where the harsher the conditions, the more populations grow. Look at developing nations. High infant mortality, political and economic instability coupled with a low life expectancy often leads to notably higher birth rates.
Bro, all that testosterone, bro, going through your veins. Yeah, bro. Hey, hey, listen, if this is a little TMI, bro, I got to keep it real for what it is, bro. And those times, bro, some people are stressed out. I mean, By the way, y'all, I just like, pause the OBS, y'all. I was literally just about to like, go on a run because I'm like, yo, the basketball courts are just all muddy and stuff. And, like it's just down bad. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm about to go out, for a run after I do this video. This is my last video of the day. I try to at least give y'all like, 2 to 3 videos every single day. Man, when I tell you, I look outside, it is storming. Man, it's raining like we need the flowers to grow. What is going on? This is preposterous, and I don't even know how to spell that, but okay.
In the second millennium on Terra,
Can y'all hear it?
the top 10 countries with the fastest
Can y'all hear it? I don't know if y'all can hear it.
growing populations were all in
I'ma still go on my run, by the way.
Why? Well, many reasons. Culture, education, tradition. But arguably more than anything, it was because when life is hard, when many family contributors are needed, when there is little outside support, and when survival isn't guaranteed, people instinctively hedge their bets by having more children. It's a harsh view, but it's an honest one. In such environments, children become extra hands in the workshop, more bodies in the field,
True.
future earners, caretakers, contributors, and eventual replacements.
True.
In societies,
He basically saying that children are like he basically saying children are like stocks in a way. He's calling kids stocks. That's ridiculous.
the future is uncertain,
we're
the
back, y'all.
strategy of familial redundancy becomes essential. When the system can't or won't look after you, and when institutional trust is non-existent, the family becomes the system. Now, let's apply this same logic to the Imperium. A single misstep in an Imperial manufactorum will lead to a painful death. A breath drawn at the wrong moment might flood the lungs with acidic toxins.
See? See, that sounds like New York, but bro, you see? Bro, you over here, la-di-la-di-da. You start choking, bro. Yeah, you take one inhale of the wrong part of New York and you're done. You got lung cancer, no lie, bro. I promise you, bro. It smells crazy. It smells absolutely diabolical, bro. Imagine what the Imperium smells like. Bro, you go in New York, it smells like nothing but, backwoods and Newport 100s and pizza. Bro, you go to the, you go to the Imperium, bro. You're smelling, train charcoal. You're smelling, dead. You're smelling all type of unalive thing, bro. You're smelling everything, bro. One inhale, you're done. One inhale, you're done. It's gonna be worse than that one dude from the Breaking Bad. Whenever he was cleaning up the cars, it's gonna be worse than that, bro. You take one inhale, your life is finished, bro. Yo. As soon as you take that inhale, bro, hey, if you're in the Imperium and you take an inhale of the air that's there, bro, it's gonna be a dude, bro, right next to you. He's gonna be doing a rock to John Cena like these. That means you're dead, done, GG's, it's over, finito.
A minor food riot can spiral into an RBT-sanctioned purge, leaving thousands.
And the Imperium, they don't got food at all. They don't got food, bro. We're eating human starch. Y'all remember that from the Luton 09 video? Bro, we're eating human starch, bro. Human starch. Come on, bro. Bro, man, I'm a kill. Yo, say what you want, y'all. Man, I'd rather kill a gorilla and eat it myself.
Dead and many more cut off. Even a small clerical error by the administratum can see entire workforces reassigned, made redundant, or simply erased from existence. The dangers facing the average imperial citizen are countless, random, and ever-present. And yet, populations, namely hive populations, do not shrink. They swell, quite often into the trillions. Could it be that more children means more ration cards, a slightly larger hab unit, or a warmer corner near the heating vent? Maybe some planetary government official, half blind, overworked, and 10 years behind on his paperwork, decides to assign the last available hab unit to the family with 5 children, instead of the veteran labourer who served with distinction over 40 years in his manufactorum. Maybe the presence of child workers small enough to crawl inside and repair broken machines makes a family more valuable in the eyes
Hey,
of the foreman.
man, are you like, bro? He must be drinking like some type of like Nuka Cola or something like that. He must be drinking some type of beer. Like he must, yo. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, and I don't want to cuss, cause I'm trying not to cuss so much, y'all, and I think I've been doing a good job, man. But you must got me fucked up. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, I'm sorry, yo. There's no way I'm gonna have my little Timmy. There's no way I'm gonna have my little boy or my little girl, my little Timmy, working on robots at the age of 5 and not getting paid nothing, bro. Yo, as soon as my daughter or my son, bro, get done repairing that little dreadnought thing, bro, they're gonna give my kid a damn Happy Meal. They're gonna open up that damn Happy Meal. It's gonna be nothing but cornstarch fries and hamburgers and bro, it's not gonna be an actual Happy Meal, bro. Bro, what's going on, bro? Like, what are we doing? I'm not forcing my kid to work on a damn robot. I'm sorry, bro. That's never gonna happen. Never. Man.
Their labour more immediately useful. Or maybe at the planet or district level, there are rewards and incentives that serve to drive up the birth rate. Governments calculating output not per individual, but per family unit. Performance reports that factor in generational productivity. The more bodies you provide, the more value your bloodline has to the system. Now, you might be thinking that all of this sounds quite strange, maybe even a bit too optimistic for something in the Imperium. And maybe you'd be right. This isn't a topic that has been explored in much depth, at least not in any sources that I can find, so we're largely left to extrapolate and make some informed assumptions in an attempt to explore and address this topic properly. However, if we at the very least acknowledge that it would be in the interest of any planetary government on a hive world to effectively grow or at least stabilize their world's birth rate, we might begin to see how creativity and innovative thinking could, albeit uncharacteristically, be employed, especially given the general distaste in the greater Imperium for less natural, equitable methods of reproduction. But when we boil it down, the fact remains that for planetary officials, any such programs and initiatives would not be about empathy or social equity. It's an economic calculation. Each child born is not to be seen as an individual, but as a future unit of labor. The logic behind the plan.
That means that, let me just put this into English. If you were born in this time, you're going to be a worker. There is no, oh, I'm going to have my own business. Oh, I'm gonna just have OF. I'm going to go to the league. No, there's none of those things. There's none of those things. You're doomed. You're doomed. Yep. Yep. Yo, get back to working on that left arm of that robot. There's no, I'm gonna be a streamer. I'm gonna be a YouTuber. There's not the, I'm gonna go straight to the league, to the NBA, NFL, NHL. I'm gonna be a professional tennis player. I'm gonna be a professional bowler. I'm gonna have my own business. You know what? I'm gonna be an OF. I'm gonna dance for a living. I'm gonna have my own makeup, whatever. For boy or girl, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna have. You think you have a choice? I'm sorry. Let me just rearrange your whole. Let me just hey. Let me just rearrange everything you got up here. You think you got a choice? You think wait a minute. You think since you came out the womb, you got a choice of what job you get? No, you don't have a choice. Nah, see, it's either you work or you starve. There is no you have a choice in whatever you want to do. There is no like what you thought this was Earth? Like come on, bro. Like no, we're not on Earth. Like we're on bro. Our planet is named after a damn Wi-Fi password. What are we talking about? Like bro, what? Yo, you when you're born here, by the time you're 5, there ain't no pre-K and I'm learning my ABCs, mom. I'm learning how to, mom. I won my first spelling bee. Nah. See, it's mom. I went to my first day of work. There is no, I won my first spelling bee. There is no, No, it's mom. I got my first paycheck. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and you're 6 years old. You're six. You come home, yo, back aching at six. You can barely hold the wrench. Man, you've been twisting and turning the screws all day long. Like, bro, you are aching at six. Treacherous.
Military government's push to increase the birth rate becomes brutally simple and easily justified.
Look, you hear what he said? He said yo, he said, yo, the government, they want you to they want like the parents to like go crazy more. Like, bro, the more kids they marry. As a matter of fact, yo, you get more kids, bro, y'all can retire earlier. Hey. Yo, if you want to retire earlier, bro, give me your generations. Give me your generations after yo. 5 kids or more, yo, 401k. Got it. Yo. If your family got 5 kids or more, man, everybody got dental plans. How about that one? As a matter of fact, man, I'll throw in a stick just to be cool. Yo, I'll throw in a Lunchable just to be fun with you. Yo, 5 kids or more, you're good. You're still gonna have to work, by the way. Like, you're not slick, but like, you'll get off a few hours earlier. How about that one? Like, bro, that's what they're doing. Like, it's ridiculous.
More children today means more workers tomorrow. But take all this speculation with a large grain of salt and reach your own conclusions. Anyway, beyond all this, we must also consider the tithe. The administratum couldn't care less about your struggles. It
True.
only cares for quotas. It demands bodies, and when a world fails to deliver, consequences follow. The Imperium is always at war, and wars need bodies.
True.
As such, it should be standard practice for fertility rates to be monitored, if not by the administratum, then by the planetary government, with the same urgency as industrial output. Birth rates being tracked, managed, and incentivized. Every death must be replaced, every shortfall must be compensated, for tithe failures are not tolerated. So it doesn't matter if a family is struggling, time poor, starving. It doesn't matter if their living space is a rusted shipping crate or a damp sump-level alcove. The pressure to reproduce will never end. The Imperium doesn't allow for stagnation. Well, maybe it does in many other areas, but not in this one. If a world can't meet demand through reproduction, other means will naturally be explored. Forced breeding programs, some variant of the frowned-upon vitae wombs like those seen on Krieg, or simple, reliable off-world population imports. It doesn't matter how, quotas must and will be met. We also need to consider the religious demands to be expected in imperial life. Faith often encourages reproduction, even when it goes against reason or personal circumstance. Historically, religion has been one of the strongest drivers of high birth rates. Societies with deeply rooted religious institutions consistently promote larger families, framing childbirth.
Listen, man, hey, man. The Bible it do say be fruitful and multiply. No lie. hey, he not wrong on that one, y'all. Be fruitful and multiply. I don't think he's wrong on that one, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you.
As a sacred duty rather than a personal choice. In the case of the Imperial Creed, there is also limited information on this issue. However, as is outlined in Dark Heresy, Blood of the Martyrs, the Imperial Creed is a conglomeration of native religious practices. As such, practices adhered to on one world may be held as abhorrent on another, depending on its own combination of native, modified, and imported belief. The Ministorum tolerates a vast range of practice and belief. This surprising flexibility creates a somewhat diverse religious landscape across the Imperium and opens the door for us to make some more logical assumptions. It is therefore reasonable to assume that many interpretations of the Creed, at least in some Imperial worlds and systems, do place reproductive duty within a religious framework, where new life is seen as a gift from the Emperor and a reinforcement of his Imperium. To deny that offering would therefore be considered a form of spiritual disobedience.
Wait, but don't wait, but the emperor don't like religion, right? Wait, so they're just capping? Are they basically just capping? Because I don't think because like what do you call it? Yeah, the emperor don't like religion though.
Reproduction, as such, becomes an act of loyalty, faith, and devotion. The creation of children becoming a sacred contribution to the emperor's vision for a unified, dominant humanity. But sometimes the reasons aren't influenced by instinct, necessity, economics, law, or faith. Sometimes people have kids simply because they want to.
True.
Maybe it's because we want something to love, care for, and protect. Maybe it's because we want something to teach and guide with the lessons that we learnt ourselves. Or maybe it's because even in the most controlled, dehumanizing environments where identity is reduced to shifts and quotas, the impulse to build something beyond the immediate, to create something pure, still remains. In systems designed to consume everything, where freedom and individuality is stripped back and restrained, reproduction can become the only act that still feels like purpose or hope. These instincts are not new. They have historical precedent. Under the most brutal regimes of old Earth, when populations were starved, displaced, and erased, people still had children. The birth rates declined, yes, but they never disappeared. Because even when living through a nightmare, something in humans refuses to surrender the idea that a part of them might make it through. That maybe, just maybe, our children will see the light of true unification.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I think half is like that and half is not. I feel like half of it is like, oh, like I want to like create like or I want to have like, my kids have like a better life or whatever, right? Which is cool. We've heard that so many times in TV shows, movie, even in real life. We've heard that so many times, right? So that's one, and then I think the other half of it is they just probably just want to have sex. Let's just keep it real for what it is, bro. Like, bro, they live in the damn Imperium, bro. There's not many happy things. There's not many, and I'm not saying that like that like sex is like it's the only like happy thing in life. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying like he even said it at the beginning, of the video. Like whenever like a generation or whatever has like a really like harsh like lifestyle and stuff like that, something you know like sex and something like a connection between like like a man and woman or whatever, or like a husband and wife or whatever, something like that, because I don't want to sit here and say like the consequence of having sex is a baby, because I don't see that as like a consequence. Like, bro, like you're having a baby. I think that's a good thing in my opinion, but maybe that's just me. I don't think it's like this deep thing of like, oh, like maybe they just want to, they want their future generations to have this amazing life. Some people think like that, and also I just feel like some people were just having sex and they end up having babies. I'm just cute. That's what I feel like, but maybe that's just me. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Maybe they'll see the Emperor's dream
favorite
fulfilled,
word.
and in that future, a part of us, however small and distant, will be there to see it. It's the idea that through your children, because they are of you, you are still contributing. That no matter your skills, your status, or the misery of your assignment,
I
you have
guess.
given something of great value to the species.
I get what he's saying. I do get what he's saying. It's like you're working through your kids, basically. It's like a generational thing. I definitely get what he's saying, but I don't know, bro. I just feel like me personally, I just feel like yes, some people, and like I said this before, some people see it that way, and some people was just caught up to BM, caught up, they toxic ex, caught up to BM, caught up. One of the girls, on his roster, a girl did the same thing. Like, it is what it is. That's what I saw from it, but maybe that's just me.
It is hope. Hope that the world might one day be marginally less cruel to someone who carries your blood. It's hoped that even in the darkest corners of the galaxy, some fragment of you might make it through and live long enough to see or build a better world. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Shout out to our boy Dystopian Chimp for the videos, man. I'm actually so glad that I've somehow, some way, bro, I was going to say got in contact with him. I'm actually glad that I really reacted to one of his videos, man. He actually does a really nice job, like covering the topic, and I feel like he really like eases it in. Pause. But I feel like he really he has like a nice job. He does a nice job um delivering information, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, like anybody, like Major Kill, he's funny. West Hammer, I think West Hammer, he knows how to tell a story. Dystopian Chimp, he knows how to give you information, and I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's definitely different, but I like it, man. Go check out the Dystopian Channel description down below. And also, man, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because we are on the road to 9,000 subscribers. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to make the channel to 8,000 subscribers. And other than that, man, I'm going to see y'all next time out. And bye, everyone.